What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Ty Visuals back with another video. So today is, what is it? I don't even know today. Oh, today is Monday, and as you can see from the title, we have basically why I think school is a scam. So this is just basically all general school, like from first or kindergarten to 12th grade up until college. Basically my reasons, and currently I'm a senior right now in high school, transitioning to college, and basically my ideas and reasons on why I think school is a scam and college and all this extra stuff. But I'll get into it right after the intro. If you're new, subscribe, old, like, down, you're not old, comment, do what you gotta do. And let's get to it. Let the intro run. See you in like 10 seconds. Peace out. Alright, y'all, so without further ado, we're gonna get right to the video. So basically, like I said earlier in the intro, as you see from the title, why do I think school is a scam? Now, mainly when I say, school, I'm mainly talking about you're transitioning from your senior year, so 12th grade, of course, into college. So like I said, I am in that, pinnacle of the time right now. I'm currently a senior, applying to colleges, getting into colleges, doing scholarships to get money, to basically pay for the colleges I want to. Is basically called tuition. If you don't know, tuition is basically the price you pay every year for the college, depending on if you're on board or if you're on campus. Obviously, if you're on board, it's usually tend to be more expensive depending on where you are. That's why a lot of people recommend to stay in state, because it's cheaper. But at the same time, if you have the money to pay for it out of state, you can do what you want to do. Basically, the point of my argument is that I think school is a scam. Mainly, well, my first point, I'm gonna get into college. Reason why is because, and I did a TikTok about this, but mainly you pay so much money, and like I said, quote unquote tuition, it's basically tuition. That's basically all the money you pay for college pretty much. And that comes with home and board if you're not on campus, books, food, etc. It's just fees, all that stuff. It's all tuition. Personally, I used to think tuition was you pay that like once, like you break it apart. Meaning, like, let's say if your school costs 50K tuition, right? I thought you just pay that 50K, you break it apart in 4 years, so 4 divided by 50, and you pay that, every year until you get 50K. I didn't know you have to pay that same price every single year, which made it even worse, or kind of just influenced more on my point that I think school is a scam. Reason why is because, us college students, we pay so much money, to pay the tuition every year for college, 10, 20, 30 thousands of dollars every year, to where most of the people, I don't know the percentage wise, but most of the people, when they got out of college and graduate, yes, they get their bachelor's, associate's, their degree, but then they end up being in debt for like years down the line, 20 plus years. And you're going to be paying, basically debt is like another big bill that you're going to be paying as an adult. You're going to be paying $1,000 every month just to pay off that debt, basically for the rest of your life until you hit like 50 or 60. That's just reality. A lot of adults won't tell you, because they're kind of like, they may be ashamed by it, because that's a lot of money that, they're paying off ever since they went to college, which was literally 20, 25 years ago. And it's probably your parents. You don't even know. If your parents are probably young enough, they're probably paying debt right now, and they're just not telling you. And it's just something you don't know of. But I'll say the only way that you'll probably get from paying so much money is, of course, getting good grades. Because getting good grades, college is like that, and they'll give you scholarship money. If you have a certain GPA, you can apply for this scholarship and it'll give you thousands of dollars. So yeah, basically, long story short, if you're really, really smart and you have a good GPA, you will get the most amount of money. Now, the other way besides that, which everybody can do this universally, is by applying for scholarships. Applying for scholarships it's not really limited. A bunch of scholarships varies from, they want you to do essays about a certain topic, and if it's good enough, they give you money on it. They want you to just, and some of them not always are essays, some of them are just putting in your information to see if you apply for it. So, not all the time it just has to do with how smart you are, your GPA. It just has to do with if you qualify for it, and, if you want to put in the amount of effort, to get the most amount of money, pretty much. And you're not limited to the amount of scholarships you can apply for. You can apply for many scholarships. But the point is that these are basically the things you need to do in order to get debt-free, pretty much. It's just my overall thought on college itself, just because I think, yeah, college is a scam. You pay so much money, and then you pay so much money, to go to college. And then a lot of the classes that you take for college that are required, like English 101, math, all the extra stuff, you don't even not only not use for the future, but you don't need to take. Because you're mainly going to college for the major you want to study. If you want to study in, I don't know, let's say you want to be a doctor, you're going to study in the medical field. But then you got to take all these other classes for no reason. And that basically brings on to my second point, is that now when I say school, I'm just talking about school generally. So even from kindergarten all the way to even when you graduate college. I think the school is a scam because you take so many unnecessary classes that kind of get, you know, students overwhelmed. Like, basically, think about it. In middle school, I went to a private middle school, and all 3 years I had to take 8 to 9 classes every day. Now, one thing I would say is 2 of those classes were the same class, but they were still separate, like, kind of units. They were 2 separate things that we were getting taught. And at the end of the day, I was being taught, or I was supposed to learn 8 to 9 classes every day. You had your English, math, gym, science, social studies, music. It was basically like 8 different classes every day. And out of those 8 classes every day, I had to do at least 5 or 6 homework. So not every class we had to do homework every day, but it was at least like 4 to 6 homeworks that we had to do every single day. And that can really get stressful. And it's just, I think it's super unnecessary. And that's why I think school is a scam, because they force us to kind of learn all these extra classes that we don't care about and make us do all this homework to see how smart we are in this subject. Like, I could be really good at English and I may want to be an English teacher, or I may want to write books, or that's just something I want to do in the future. You know, I want to be a writer, whatever the case may be. But then let's say in math that I'm not really good at numbers and I hate math and I'm maybe failing math. But at the same time, you can't just be like, oh, I'm failing math. Can I not take math anymore? No, because those are required courses. Now, I will give them the benefit of the doubt because I kind of understand why they make like science, English, and math required courses, because you may need those in the future. But at the end of the day, you really will never need it, especially math. You will never need any of those equations to really understand life or get far ahead in life. And that's why a lot of people say they would rather be street smart than book smart, because basically what that means is that if you're street smart, that means that you know how to become successful and get around the world without relying on how smart you are. Because that's basically what the society and the world wants you to do. They want you to get high GPAs and take all AP classes and just be a really, really smart person overall. Because that's what society likes. They want you to be smart, get a nice, good paying job so that you can contribute to society. That's what, you know, the average human wants. That's what everyone wants you to do. But at the same time, it's like, let's say if you don't go to high school, you don't go to college, and you kind of make money on your own, become successful without doing the average 9 to 5 human way, which is nothing wrong with the 9 to 5. But let's say you go on your own path and you forget, oh, I don't want to go to college. It's a waste of money. It's a scam. School's a scam. And you become successful on your own and basically create your own business and all that stuff. People are going to look at you differently, be like, how did you do that? Oh, there's no way you did that. Like, they're going to question you because it's not what society wants you to do. Society wants you to just be like everyone else and just get good grades, get a good paying job, you know, and that's what they want. And so that's why I just encourage a lot of people to be different and do what you want. And if there's somebody telling you you can't do it, don't listen to them, because they're probably telling you you can't do it because they couldn't do it. So they're going to try to bring you down. And like I said, society is very cruel. Society can be a good thing, but society is very cruel and it's very average. And what I mean by that is like the point I made earlier, is that they do the same. Everyone's going to be average just like everybody else. They see their parents do it, and their parents are going to tell them to do it, and it follows down generation from generation. And a lot of times what people want to do after they graduate high school or college, you know, there are going to be a lot of people that tell them they can't do it, or their parents will be like, oh, that's not really, you know, a good paying job. You can't do that. You're not going to make it. And then you end up doing something that it still brings in, you know, pays the bills, but it's not really something you want to do, something you love to do. So that's why I just always encourage people to do what you want and don't really tell somebody. Always have a plan too. Always make sure you have a plan after high school and college. Now, my next point is certain jobs you do need, of course you need a high school diploma, but for certain jobs you do need a college degree. So you do need your bachelor's or you need your associates. Like for example, a doctor, nurse, lawyer, judge, whatever. All those type jobs, of course, you need to graduate college. And I completely understand that because that's completely different. But I'm talking about the people who, and I'm not saying don't go to college. That's not what I'm saying. But at the same time, I'm just saying look at all your options. Because me personally, what I want to do is I want to kind of create my own business and kind of work for myself and kind of have multiple sources of income so that in the future I can be financially stable without having to work for somebody. you know, because you're always going to start at a 9 to 5, and that's fine, because you got to start somewhere. You know, like you have billionaires like Elon Musk and all these other people. They all started with 9 to 5s. You know, they didn't just start becoming a billionaire once they got out of it. They started somewhere. So you always got to start somewhere, but make sure you have a plan. And if it doesn't go your way, that doesn't mean you quit. You keep grinding until you got to build that mental capacity. And I also want to do a video on that maybe later this week on how to just basically build your mental growth to become successful and a stronger person in the future. Speaking of Elon Musk, just to go off topic real quick. One thing I also really like about Elon Musk is I forgot where, but I seen a TikTok and on the news where he basically created a school. Like I said, you can look this up, it's true, but I just forgot all the information. He basically created a school where it was basically, instead of having a grade system, you had different subjects. So I forgot what the subjects were. Like I said, if you want to do research on it, I may put a link in the bio of wherever I can find it from, or you can just look it up online. But he created a school not off a grade system, but off of subjects. And basically what the students, you know, what they enjoyed doing and what they really had a passion for, they were all put in one group. Doesn't matter how old they were, doesn't matter how young they were. They were all put in one group so they could learn what they love to do, you know, that subject. And then you had another subject here with the same thing and the same thing and the same thing, versus having the student in today's society in school learn 7 to 8, you know, subjects every day, every year, you know, from kindergarten to 12th grade, based on 90% of the things that they're probably not going to use in the future that they don't want to do. And to be honest with you, a lot of teachers or parents, when they see their kids failing, they're like, oh, why are you failing? Just do the work. It's not that hard. But a lot of parents won't really relate to the student because it's a lot of work that they don't want to do or don't care about, that don't think that's going to help them in the future, which is completely understandable. But at the same time, and like I said, in today's society, you don't really have a choice because that's kind of the things you have to do. You have to graduate college and pass all these courses that you don't want to take in order to get far in life. Sometimes you have to go to college in order to get far in life. That's how society is. Now, like I said, you will have people that can just get the high school diploma and be perfectly fine. They find ways to make their own money, which is what I encourage people to do. But if you want to go to college, like I said, I don't like college. I think it's a scam, but at the same time, I'm still going to go to college, get the experience. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. So even though I'm saying school is a scam and college is a scam and all this stuff, I'm still going just because, not that my parents are forcing me to, but they really encourage me to. And I think it will benefit you. Going to college will benefit you. Like I said, depending on what you want to do, it will benefit you. Even though it is thousands and thousands of dollars and it's just too much money for no reason, it will benefit you. But to conclude, yeah, I genuinely do think it is just a scam. And like I said, I could talk about this all day, but moral of the story is that you pay thousands and thousands of dollars, so much money, you know, just to get that diploma, which sometimes doesn't even help you, or, you know, it may not seem like it's worth it because you're going to be in debt for 20, 30 years and you're going to look back at yourself and be like, was this really worth it? Or like, you know, was this what I wanted to do? I didn't want to be in debt for 20 plus years. This is just crazy. And like I said, to say this because I don't want anybody to look at this video, show their parents and be like, look, I don't have to go to college because he says it's a scam. Like I said, I think college is a scam and that, you know, the school system in general is a scam, but I'm still going to college and I'm still, like I said, I have got accepted to some colleges, but I haven't chose yet. I still have my options, but I haven't chosen number one yet. So I'm not going to say what's my number one because that would be false. But even though, like I say, it's a scam and the school system is a scam and all that stuff, I'm still going just because it will benefit you depending on what you want to do. So don't look at me and be like, oh, you know, listen to everything I say. I could be completely wrong, but these are just my opinions and the way I look at life. So like I said, let me know in the comments what you think. Like I said, if y'all like it, I might do a part 2 because I can talk about this all day. Another video is definitely coming this week, probably a third video as well. If you new, subscribe, old, like, not new, not old, comment, do what you gotta do. Like I said, put in the comments, let me know if you like the video. I'm gonna let the outro run. And that's it. All right, peace out. Love y'all.